Hello, Riot. My name is Orr Merkel, and this is my breakdown of Quinn's ultimate ability tag team or Skystrike, depending on what form she's in. I went ahead and sat down for a few games, played Quinn, who had previously played but never really liked and spent that much time with, and I took a few notes as to what I believe some of her downfalls were, specifically with her ultimate. I also, before this, I kind of went in, looked around at some of the top-rated guides within Lol King, Solo Mid, and Mobile Fire, kind of read their breakdowns on how they approach this champion and this ability specifically. I also went to the forums and tried to find some people that were complaining about her ultimate. Surprisingly, I didn't find too many people, but that might be because she's kind of getting overlooked in the current meta, and not that many people are really upset about her right now because they're all excited about Ashe. So what I think the main issue with this design is basically it turns Quinn from a ranged AD carry into a melee AD carry, which kind of scares a lot of AD carry players away from her, since the AD carry champions generally are squishy and can be easily bursted down in team fights, and they've kind of become accustomed to trying to always be on the edge of battle with an ultimate that kind of augments this playstyle. Quinn's ult ability kind of forces players to go against this playstyle and has them jump into the battle at close quarters, which good players simply won't do in team fights, and kind of makes the ability devolve into an after team fight ability or pre-team fight ability, which is either used to secure kills or run from the enemy. The ability really doesn't do that much to actually change the outcome of the team fight itself. It just punishes the team who loses more harshly or lets Quinn get away from a sticky situation. It seems like it's almost led to many players trying to force her in the top lane, which you see from time to time, where they're kind of more isolated during the laning phase since she's such a strong duelist. And it's kind of resulted in some odd matchups in top lane, and I think I've seen it myself. It's kind of caused a lot of flaming due to people being unsure if she's truly an AD carry or a top lane champion. So one thing I noticed when I was playing is if you fall behind in laning phase as Quinn, her ultimate essentially becomes useless. It got to a point in a few games where I would use it just to get back to lane faster to stop them from pushing down a turret and just kind of soak up a little more experience in gold. It really felt like she kind of lacked that playmaking ability a lot of other AD carries have. Since her ult, if I used her ult, I would die, and she kind of lacks the range a lot of other AD carry champions have. So I found myself feeling just stuck at times when I was playing her, and I think that could be frustrating for a lot of players. Then you kind of couple this with the fact that the ability seems like it becomes way less powerful as the match progresses, specifically when the team fighting begins, kind of leaves her with that lack of comeback ability, which I think comeback games are some of my favorite matches to play in League. And the fact that this ultimate might inhibit that comeback ability for this champion, I think that kind of shows that this ability could use some work and some tweaking to kind of get it up to par, so Quinn can have that comeback ability that a lot of players love in their champions. So one other thing I think was kind of weak with this design is I think the ability kind of fails to deliver the same quality of awesomeness that a lot of the other champions exhibit. When you think of a lot of other champions, you think of you can often attribute them with one of their main abilities, like an iconic ability. Jinx has her rocket, Caitlyn has her sniper shot, Ashe's massive arrow from across the level. When you look at Quinn, she seems to be missing that iconic ability, which causes players to really love or hate playing that champion. I think Valor is a good start, but I think more can be done to kind of flesh out this tag team ability in game to really create something awesome. So I think this ability could probably be addressed in a couple different ways. I think some type of stun or root on cast instead of her blind, which kind of limits her effectiveness against AP champions, would kind of play really well with her already strong dueling skills and catching people out of place play style. Additionally, I think lowering her cooldown on her ult itself it could produce some really drastic gameplay implications. I did this myself. I would use the ult as a way to rapidly travel around the level and kind of just push down turrets as a way of assisting other players and kind of increasing her team play potential. Stylistically, I'd like to see Quinn and Valor both be visible during her ult, and for the ult to kind of be focused around their teamwork in some way. I personally would love to see Quinn shoot Valor out of her crossbow in some ridiculous fashion, but that's just me. In all, the ability kind of seems to fall into a very selfish playstyle, which typically doesn't work well in the current team-heavy gameplay League of Legends is really built around. Quinn's ultimate largely devolves down to securing kills at this point and pushing down towers, which really isn't that fun and exciting and more annoying than anything else. She's definitely in a really good state at the moment and it's fun to play. I've played a lot as her and I think I might play a little bit more as her now that I'm a little more accustomed to playing her. But I think some iteration on her ultimate could bring this champ into a higher standing among League players. And that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks.